Staying at home for a year was totally a dream come true. But now, look at us. Who would imagine that we're actually staying at home for a year? Sounds impossible indeed. Even before, a semester holiday only lasts for, let's say, 1 or 2 months. And I could say, yes, it happened. Dreams indeed come true. But it's not the way as what we expected, right? Maybe sometimes we should watch our words before saying something, because it might be a plot twist like this. But hey, everything happened for a reason. Everything has its own pros and cons, plus and minus, and so does the situation. Rather than regretting it, why don't we try to accept it? Pandemic has forced us to do almost everything online, including school. Online school has become the new normal during the situation. It's not whiteboard anymore. It's Zoom, Google Meeting, and Google Classroom, which I think you're already familiar with. The advanced technology is indeed giving us a very great alternative to adapt with the situation. But we do realize and understand that not everything can be replaced by technology, such as physical interaction and socialization, which can only be done through offline school. Both offline and online school have their own disadvantages and advantages. But which one is better, you might ask? It depends. Some of you may like offline school more since it allows you to interact with your teachers and friends directly. Some of you may like online more since it is more flexible and you can do many things at any time and anywhere. Well, probably some of you may confuse between the two. Therefore, I am here because I knew that education is crucial and all of you want the best for it. I am here bringing you a very great news. Let me introduce an innovation for you who are confused between choosing offline or online learning, named blended learning. What is blended learning, you might ask? Simply, it is any combination of offline learning, face-to-face, and online learning. According to CNBC Indonesia, our ministry, Nadiem Makarim, has announced that blended learning is needed to support the education. Even though there are requirements to do this, and it has not been implemented to all places yet, but the idea is what we should consider, especially for post-pandemic era. There are actually many ways to do this blended learning, and let's divide the condition into two of the post-pandemic era, which are the recovery era and the normal era. During recovery era, half of the students will study from home and half of them will study from school. Teachers will be teaching from school and will interact directly with students for offline students and through online meetings for online students. And this method is usually known as the hybrid learning. And the next one is the normal era. During normal era, all students will study from school, like usual. So what's different? Here, students will get more exposure to digital learning. Quizzes, tests, and even assignments and exams, all of them, will be given through online apps as the media, not just books. And teachers will be also giving online videos of explanation regarding the topic so that the students can watch it when they get home. Dr. Bridget Long from Harvard Graduate School of Education also mentioned that one-size-fits-all type of learning does not work, and we should expand the boundaries to be more engaging. And guess what? This is exactly the point of blended learning. Blended learning will enable students to study at their own pace and help them to become independent learners. Not to mention that we're also living in a very high technology era and will be even more advanced in the future. So students will be able to use technology for their own needs and be more ready for the future. If you open your YouTube and search blended learning, you'll find videos from 7 or 9 years ago. They're talking about it. This shows that blended learning are already planned and predicted way before COVID even happened. And it is also the proof that this is not just a pandemic solution, but also an education solution. And learning from this as well, World Bank also agree with this idea that countries should prepare and plan for this blended learning. Now, do you agree? Learning from this and looking from this, we can conclude that blended learning totally is the solution of the dilemma between offline and online school. This new idea will lead to new action, and new action will lead to new result. Just like a quote that I have read before. If you want something that you've never get, you got to do something that you've never done. Just like this blended learning. Do you want to stay in the same place or try something new and get this new result? Thank you.